going to start today lying down on our mats. So once we lie down, just have the knees bent. Feet are going to be about hip distance away from each other. Arms are going to start nice and long on our sides. And we're beginning in our neutral spine, so we just find that natural curvature that we have in our lumbar spine, finding our pelvis lying nice and heavy down into the mat. Think equally weighted from the right side to left side. Sacrum is nice and heavy, and eyes should just be looking straight up to the ceiling. We're going to take a deep inhale, and as we inhale, we're going to feel our ribs expanding into the mat underneath us, expanding to the outsides of the room. And then on our exhale, just letting our ribs naturally draw back together. And again, deep inhale through the nose, feeling the ribs expanding to the outsides of the room, expanding into the mat underneath us. And then exhaling, just letting the ribs naturally draw back together, exhaling through the mouth. Again, deep inhale through the nose, creating a deeper imprint of our body down. And then exhaling through the mouth, again, just feeling the ribs naturally draw back together. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Again, deep inhale. And exhaling as we just let the ribs naturally drop back together. And then the last one, deep inhale. And deep exhale. Good. Now take another inhale in your neutral spine. On your exhale, we're going to roll into our 12 o'clock position. So we're just flattening the low back completely down into the mat. And then on our inhale, we're going to roll into our 6. So we think push the tailbone down, find the arc in the low back. And then exhaling as we roll into our 12 again, just flattening that low back down. And again, inhaling as we roll into our 6, finding that arc. And then exhaling as we roll into that 12. Inhaling into our 6 o'clock position. And again, exhale, rolling into our 12. So as we roll back and forth from our 12 to our 6, just think about warming up the low back and warming up the low abdominals. And we'll just do a couple more. And then wherever you're at, let's just do 1 more 12, 1 more 6. And then from your 6, just bring yourself right back into that neutral spine. So again, natural curvature of that low back, sacrum nice and heavy. We're going to draw the arms straight up to the ceiling. Palms are facing each other. And on an inhale, we'll reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling for a protraction. And then exhale, let the shoulders drop down for your retraction. Again, inhale as you reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling, letting the shoulders come off the mat. And then exhale, let gravity bring the shoulders back down. Again, inhale, reaching the fingertips up for our protraction. And then exhale, let the shoulders drop back down for your retraction. Inhale to reach. Exhale, drop those shoulders down. And then last one, inhale, reaching the fingertips up. Exhale, let the shoulders drop down. Bring the arms down to our sides. We're going to go in for elevation and depression. So now on an inhale, we're going to shrug the shoulders up into the ears. And then on our exhale, just let the shoulders run back down your spine. Again, inhale as you shrug the shoulders up into the ears. And then exhale, letting the shoulders drop back down. Inhale to shrug the shoulders up into the ears. And then exhale again, feel the shoulders slide down. Inhale to shrug. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And again, exhale. And then the last one again, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Good. Now keeping your arms just nice and down at your sides. On an exhale, we're going to draw both knees up into a tabletop position. We're going to hold that tabletop. Arms are going to hover a couple inches off the mat. We're going to take an inhale, and then on our exhale, we're going to curl up into an abdominal curl, extending our legs out to a challenging level, and then we're going to inhale, return everything back down to that start position. Exhale, curling up, extending the legs out. Inhale as we return. Think maintain that neutral spine, so make sure that we're not collapsing into the low back as we curl. Inhale to return. We're going to do one more, and we're going to stay up there. Exhale, curling up, holding up there, and then let's start pumping our arms for our hundreds. Breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 60. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 70. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 80. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 90. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100. Bend the knees, head down, arms down, feet back down onto the mat. And then we're going to extend our legs nice and long away from us. Legs are zipped together. Arms reach up to the ceiling for our roll-ups. On an inhale, send the arms back behind us. Exhale, start to curl the chin up to the chest, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to peel our spines up off the mat, stretching our fingers towards our toes, keeping that exhale. Inhale, stacking the spine back up. And then exhale, tuck the pelvis, think, reach your tailbone towards your heels as you articulate your spine all the way back down. Inhale, sending the arms back. Exhale again, curl the chin up to the chest, one vertebrae at a time, peeling the spines up off the mat, stretching the fingers to the toes on that exhale. Inhale as we stack the spines up. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, articulating the spine all the way back down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, arms go back. Exhale, curl the chin up to the chest, one vertebrae at a time, rolling up. Keep that exhale as we stretch forward. Inhale as we stack the spines back up. Exhale, tuck the pelvis. Roll all the way back down again. Think, reach your tailbone to your heels. Last one. Exhaling as we roll our spines all the way up, stretching the fingers to the toes. Inhale as we stack back up. And then exhale, tuck, roll all the way back down. Once we come back down, bring the arms down to the sides. We're going to bring the right knee into tabletop. From there, extend it straight up to the ceiling. Keep your pelvis nice and heavy. Think equally weighted again from the right side to the left. Still in our neutral spine. We're going to take that right leg. We're going to open it slightly out to the side of the room so that left hip stays anchored. Go down and around towards your foot, across the body, right back up for a leg circle. Open, down, around, across and up. Let's do 2. And then last one, pausing at the top and then reverse. Bring that leg across the body, down, around, open it out, and then back up. We're going to go 3. Again, pelvis stays steady. 2. And then last one, bend that right knee, set it back down onto the floor. Left knee bends, extend that leg straight up to the ceiling. Open the leg out to the side of the room, go down, around, across, and back up. Again, think holding that neutral spine. Pelvis stays nice and still. We're going to do 2. And then the last one, pause at the top and reverse. Go across the body, down, around, open it out, and then right back up. And again, pelvis stays still. Let's do 2. And then last one. Good. Bend that knee, set it back down onto the floor. From there, we're going to bend both knees, just setting the feet down onto the mat. Low back's going to go down, so we're out of our neutral spine. And then we're going to curl up into an abdominal curl. From that curl, let's draw both knees up into our tabletop position. Again, low back is down into the mat. Right knee, we're going to pull into the chest. Left leg extends out. Single leg stretch, and we're going to switch legs. Left knee and right leg out, and we're going to switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Good. Let's alternate the breath with the leg. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and then last one, hug both knees back in towards your chest. Again, low back down, double leg stretch. Inhale, reach the arms back, reach the legs out away from us. Exhale, open the arms out to the sides, hug the knees back in. Inhale, reach arms and legs out. Exhale, hug it back in. Inhale, reach arms and legs out. Exhale, sweep and hug back in. Let's do 3, 2, last one, inhale, reach, exhale, hug it back in. From there, we're going to extend both legs straight up to the ceiling. Both hands are going to take the right calf. Left leg's going to lower down to the floor. Single straight leg stretch. So we give 2 pulls of this right leg, and then we switch. 2 pulls of left leg, and switch. 2 pulls of the right, and switch. 2 exhales as you pull. Inhale to switch. Switch. switch, switch. Feel those obliques working to draw each leg straight back up to the ceiling. One more on the right leg, one more on the left, and then both legs go straight back up to the ceiling, hands behind the head, double leg lowering. Inhale, lower both legs down to the mat, and then exhale, carve out your low abdominals to lift back up. Inhale, lower both legs down, exhale to lift. Inhale, lower, and let's do 2 more, elbows wide. Last one. Bend both knees right into our crisscross to the right side. Left elbow, right knee, left leg goes out. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, rotate. Inhale, center. And center. And center. Make sure that we're not cranky into the neck. So neck stays in line with the spine. Elbows again stay wide. Let's go 1 more right. 1 more left. Set the head and the feet back down into the mat. Arms are going to go back down to our sides. And again, we're going to keep that low back down into the mat. Knees are going to draw up into our tabletop position again. And then from there, both legs are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Heels are together, toes are turned apart. We're going to go in for our corkscrew. So we're going to let the low back and the pelvis move around, shoulders stay anchored. Sway the legs to the right side of the room. We're going to go down and around towards the mat, to the left side, come all the way back up in center. Then we're going to go to the left, down and around to the right, come all the way back up in center again. Let the pelvis, let that low back move around, and just keep the shoulder blades anchored down onto the mat. Good. Let's do 1 more right, 1 more left. And then you can bend your knees, set your feet down, legs go nice and long, and then arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Back into our roll up. So on an inhale, send the arms back behind us. Exhale, nod the chin out to the chest, 1 vertebrae at a time. Peel the spines up off the mat. Stretch the fingers forward, and then inhale, stack the spines back up. Slide your feet about mat distance away from each other. And then from there, arms are going to open out to the sides of the room. From there, we're going to start with a rotation to the right side. So we're going to exhale, twist and rotate our spines to the right side. Think about your spine being like a washcloth. You wring it out like a washcloth, and then we're going to inhale, come to the center. Exhale, twist, rotate to the left side of the room, bring that spine out, and then inhale, center. Exhale, twist and rotate, get rid of that breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist and rotate. Inhale, center. Let's add in. Exhale, twist, rotate to the right, hold to the right, pulse for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, rotate, pulse for. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, rotate, pulse for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. Last one. Exhale, twist, rotate, and inhale, center. Reach your arms nice and long out in front of you. Zip your legs back together, and then on our exhale, tuck the pelvis, start to roll the spines all the way again back down into the mat. And then once we come down, we're going to lie on our stomachs. So lying down on our stomachs, hands are going to go right underneath our armpits, elbows are pinned at our sides, legs are going to be about hip distance away from each other. Forehead is down into the mat. And then from there, just imagine that you have a marble at the tip of your nose. You're going to take that marble, roll it to the front edge of your mat, press into your palms, and just start to lift yourselves up into a spinal extension. Think you have saran wrap around your ribs, so we're keeping our ribs saran wrap together. And then on our exhale, we're going to lower our spines all the way back down, bring the forehead back down. Again, take that marble, roll it to the front edge, press into the palms, start to lift up into an extension, keep the ribs saran wrapped together, and then exhale as we lower ourselves back down. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, press and lift ourselves up, holding up there. Exhale, lower ourselves all the way back down. And then last one, roll that marble to the front edge of the mat, press into the palms, lift up into the extension, and then exhale, lower our spines all the way back down. We're gonna lie back down onto our backs. This time, we're gonna make our roll-ups a little more challenging with the hands behind the head. If this is too challenging for you, again, just keep the arms up to the ceiling. So we're gonna zip the legs together, hands behind the head, elbows are open nice and wide to the sides of the room. We're gonna take an inhale. On our exhale, again, nod the chin up to the chest. Think one vertebrae at a time. Try to keep those elbows wide as we roll our spines all the way up. Just stretching ourselves forward. Inhale, stack the spines back up. And then exhale, tuck the pelvis, rolling back down. Again, think reach your tailbone towards your heels. Try to keep those feet down. Inhale, head goes back down. Exhale, curl the chin up to the chest. Try to keep your feet down as you roll yourselves up, folding over the legs. Inhale, stack the spines up. Exhale, tuck, roll ourselves all the way back down. And then let's just do one more. Inhale. Exhale, curl the chin up to the chest. Try to keep those elbows wide as we lift ourselves up, folding forward. Inhale, stacking the spines back up. And then exhale, tuck, roll ourselves all the way back down. Good. Now once we come down, we're going to come onto our left side for a little sideline series. You can either have your forearm down, you can have your tricep down, or you can have your arm long with your head relaxing on your arm. I'm going to have my tricep down. Both knees are going to be bent at a 90-degree angle. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Shoulders are stacked. And on an exhale, we're just going to lift our top leg up off the bottom, keeping the hips stacked. And then inhale, lower that top leg back down. Exhale, lifting the leg up, knee and ankle. And then inhale to lower back down. Exhaling as we lift. And then inhale to lower. And again, lifting up, we're working to our smaller glute muscles, our glute med and our glute min. Exhaling as we lift. Inhale to lower. And we're going to do two more. Lifting and lowering. And then last one, lift and lower. Now from there, keep the ankles together. On an exhale, just lift the knee up. And then inhale, lower the knee back down. Exhale, lifting the top knee up for our clamshell. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lifting, and inhale, lower, and lower. Let's go 3, 2. On this last one, keep the knee up, stay in that external rotation. We're going to lift the foot up, and then just dip the foot back down so we're staying in that external. Exhale, lift the foot, inhale, lower, trying to keep those hips stacked. Exhale, lift the foot, inhale, lower. Again, feeling those smaller glute muscles working. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. It should be right on the side of our glute by our hip. Let's do 2. And then the last one, lifting the foot, lowering the foot, and then the knee can go back down. Now, keep the knees together. On an exhale, just lift the top foot up off the bottom, and then inhale, lower back down for internal rotation. Exhale, lifting the top foot, and inhale, lower. Exhale to lift, and inhale, lower. And lift, and lower. Let's do 3, and 2. And then on this last one, we're going to hold it up there, stay in that internal rotation. Exhale, lift the top knee. Inhale, lower. Keep that knee bent at a 90. We're just lifting the knee and then lowering the knee. That foot should stay higher than the knee the entire time. So the toes of the knee pointed down to the floor, staying right into that internal rotation. Again, feeling those smaller glute muscles working, our glute min and our glute med. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's do 3 and 2. And then the last one, lower it back down, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So going right to our right side, again, either forearm down, tricep down, or arm nice and long. Both knees are stacked on top of each other, hip stacked, shoulder stacked, knees bent at a 90. On an exhale, we're going to lift the top knee up, and then we're going to inhale, lower that knee back down. Exhale, lifting the top knee. And then inhale, lower. Again, think hips are staying stacked right on top of each other so they're not rolling back as we lift the knee. Exhaling as we lift. Inhale, lower. Again, we should feel it right in the outside of our glutes, by our hip. Our glute med and our glute min are working. We're gonna do 2. And then last one, exhale, lift, and then inhale, lower. Now from there, right into our clamshells, just the knee is gonna lift up, and then inhale, lower the knee back down. Exhale, just lift the knee, and then inhale, lower the knee. Exhale, lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. Let's go. 3, 2, and on this last one, keep that knee lifted up. On our exhale, lift the foot. Keep that external rotation. Inhale, just the foot goes down. Exhale, lift the foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And lower. We're going to go for 4, and 3, and 2, and then last one, lower it back down, and then set the knee down. Now keep the knees stacked on top of each other. On an exhale, just lift the top foot up, and then inhale, lower that top foot down. Exhale, lift for internal rotation. Inhale, lower. Lifting for that internal. Inhale, lower. And lower. And lower. Let's do 3, and 2. And then last one, keep it up there. Now on our exhale, lift the knee. Inhale, lower the knee. Exhale, lift the knee, and inhale, lower. Try to keep the knees and the toes pointed down towards the floor. Lifting up, lowering back down. Keep that foot higher than the knee, stay in that internal rotation. We're going to do 2. And then last one, lift and lower, and then we're going to lie back down onto our spines for some teasers. So once we lie down, knees are going to be bent, arms are going to reach nice and long up to the ceiling. Low back is flat down into the mat. We're going to draw both knees up into a tabletop position to start, and then on an inhale, we're going to reach our arms back behind us. Exhale, nod the chin up to the chest. We're going to roll our spines up. As we roll our spines up one vertebrae at a time, extend the legs out. We're going to hit that teaser position. If the hip flexors are an issue, keep those knees bent. Take an inhale, and then exhale, roll the spines back down. Bend the knees back into tabletop. Reach those arms back on our inhale. Exhale, curl the chin up to the chest. Lift up into that teaser. You can have your hands behind your legs if you need to. Take an inhale. And then exhale, roll yourselves back down. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, curling yourselves up. Now this time, if you can, keep your legs nice and long. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll the spines down. We're going to do 2 like this. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, curling yourselves right back up. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll back down. Last one. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, rolling right back up into the teaser. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as we lower the spine down, lower the legs down. Once the shoulders hit, then the head can go down, and we're going to lie back down onto our stomachs. Once we lie down onto our stomachs, arms are going to reach nice and long out in front of us. Legs are long behind us. Think arms are shoulder distance away from each other, and then legs are hip distance away from each other. Forehead is down into the mat, and we're going to go in for our swim. So on an inhale, we're going to lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs, think, reach with the fingers and the toes, lengthen out through the crown of your head, send your tailbone to your heels, and then let's start alternating arms and legs for our swim. Pelvis stays pressed down into the mat. We're going to go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower everything back down. Bring the hands again right back underneath your armpits, elbows pinned at your sides, legs are zipped together, and then toes are going to curl underneath you. On an exhale, we're going to press and lift up into a plank. We're going to hold that plank position, and we have 5 push-ups. They can be wide, they can be narrow, they can be on the toes or on the knees, just 5 total. So when you're ready, inhale, sink down, and then exhale, push up. 4, 3, 2, last one, and then carefully lower yourselves right back down onto the mat. Again, keep your toes underneath you, keep your hands at your sides. We're going to go back up for one more set of push-ups. So on an exhale, press and lift up, hold, wide or narrow, on your toes or on your knees. 5 total. Inhales, we sink. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, last one, and then lower back down. Good. All right, once we come down, press back into a child's pose or rest stretch. Knees can be wide. Arms reach nice and long out in front of us. And then from there, we're going to go right into a quadruped position. So shoulders over your hands, hips are right over our knees. We're going to take our right foot, it's going to go in between our hands, and then from there we're going to slide the toes a lot further forward. So when we come into the stretch, the knee doesn't go over the toes. So toes are about a foot forward over the hands, and then we're just going to press forward into our left leg. You can either keep your hands at your sides or bring your hands to your knees, and then just stretching out the front of your left leg for our hip flexor stretch. So again, knee does not go over the toes, stretching out the front of the left leg, holding that stretch, either hands on the mat or on the knee. And then from there, if the hands aren't on the mat, bring them back down to the mat, press into your right leg this time, straighten out that right leg, and then just stretch out the back of your right leg. So hamstring stretch. And then again, we're going to rock forward. So either keep the hands on the mat or bring them to the knee, press forward into that left leg. So we get that hip flexor and that quad stretch. And then from there, hands back down into the mat, press into that right leg so we straighten it. You can either let the toes come up, or you can try to lower the toes down, whatever feels best for you. So the foot can either be flexed or the toes can be pointed. And then again, we're going to rock back forward. Hands either on the mat or on the knee, holding for that hip flexor and that hamstring stretch, that quad stretch. And then from there, hands back down if they are not already, pressing back to stretch out the back of our right legs. And then from there, we'll bring that right knee back down onto the mat. Left foot is going to go in between the hands to start. You're going to slide your toes forward and then go ahead, press into that right leg. So we lunge forward, either keep your hands down into the mat or bring them down onto the knee. Stretching out the front of our right leg now. So we have our hip flexor and our quad getting a nice big stretch. And then if hands are not already on the mat, bring them down to the mat. Stretch through the left leg. Either keep the toes down or let them come up. You can either point or you can flex, whatever feels best for your body. And then we're going to bring it back forward. Again, hands either stay down or come to your knee. Press forward into that kneeling lunge. Bring the hands back down and stretch back. And then again, coming forward and stretch forward for a hip flexor and our quad stretch. And then last one, pressing back, hamstring stretch. And then just bring that knee right back down onto the mat. You can sit yourselves down, and you guys are all done.